What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. My name is Jeremiah Jennings, and I own Brighter Bins, and that's what you're looking at right here is our setup. What I want to go through in today's video is the full walk-around setup of this thing. This is a completely homemade rig. I am new to the trash bin cleaning industry. We started about a month and a half ago when we started servicing. Business has been in the works for the last 6 months or so, but finally got the thing built and up and running. And through this whole process of trying to get into this business and this industry, I looked around and searched YouTube, searched the internet, searched forums to try to find the best trailer built, homemade trailer build setup that I could find. And it was hard. There was not a lot of content out there on it, honestly. There are a couple of good people that posted some videos of theirs, and then there were some people that would chime in on some forums and things. But then I also got in touch with one or two people, and they helped me individually, which was awesome. Thank you. You know who you are. Thank you for the input there as far as like helping me, showing me your setup, a complete walkthrough and things. But I want to show you a complete walkthrough setup for the internet to see that'll be out there for the ether forever, and show you how I built my homemade trailer. Now, all said and done, we're about $25,000 into this trailer. That is a very, very low cost investment for this industry. If you go look at other trucks and trailer builds, you're looking at $75,000 to $80,000 for some of these manufactured rigs. It's not to take away from their value at all. I think they're valuable. I think they have their place. And I think as you scale, you have to graduate into some type of manufactured setup like that. That is not what I needed at this time. I needed to start with something that I could start with ground zero, something that I had no customers, that we can bring on, we can start servicing, we can start getting the word out there, we can start pumping out content, and not have some $1,000, $1,500 a month payment overwhelming us trying to keep us in business. And that's the thing is, like, I see a lot of these businesses that are going out of business pretty early, a lot of trucks for sale, and I think that is because a lot of people are getting in over their head, and they're buying these $75,000, $80,000 rigs, and they don't have the customer base, they don't have the business experience. I come from running a landscape company into this. This is my second business now. We've ran a landscape company for 5 years, and so I have a little bit of business experience. And I don't know everything. I still have a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn in this industry, but I do bring that into this industry, and I think that is one of the reasons that I'm seeing so many people selling trucks and rigs, and it's like, guys, you got to be careful. You can't go into this with too much overhead. And that's exactly why I'm going to show you this trailer build today, and why I built it this way. What are the perks? What are the advantages and disadvantages? The cost, everything that we can think of, I want to put out there for you to hopefully learn and grow from. And if you want to look at starting your own rig, maybe this can be something that you can look at and say, hey, we can kind of model off this, put our own twist on it. But I think it's this can be really beneficial for you. Let's hop in. I'm going to walk around the trailer, show you everything that we can. We'll have more videos to come in the future. Stick along, subscribe to the channel here, and we will keep bringing content to you. But for now, let's hop into it. Let's walk around the trailer build and show you what we got. All right, first and foremost, here is where the majority of our money is. We have a Honda GX690, 8 gallon per minute, 3,500 PSI pressure washer here. This came from a local dealer near us. I'm right outside of Birmingham, Alabama. Have a great dealer here that supplied us with this thing. So this is where a chunk of our money is. This was $4,000 just for the pressure washer itself. Over to my right, your left, we have our our heater. And this thing is powered by diesel. It's a Pressure Systems Innovations is what the company who makes the heater is, and so you can see it's got the Dragon sticker on it there. I'm not a pro about all this stuff. I don't understand how all that works. I don't understand everything about it, where it's supplied. I just know this is what our dealers hooked us up with for our heater for our pressure washer, and so these two things combined are about $8,000. So that is what you would get if you had them built together. These are just built separately, and they tied them in together. I know some people have the washer and the heater all on one skid. That's just not the route that we went here. So that's our diesel heater, and this is our gas-powered pressure washer. Like I said, a lot of money's here, but this is where your business can really start turning into other areas. You can do pressure washing with this thing. This thing is 8 gallon per minute. It can do just about any pressure washing you need, especially sidewalks and driveways. Easy things, easy access things that you can add on while you clean cans. But this is that. We have behind me here two 275 gallon tanks. These were just bought off Facebook Marketplace for like 75 bucks a piece. This is probably one of the lowest cost things on this trailer. This is my dirty water tank. That's my clean water tank. I'll show you that in a minute, how we get all that. This is our fuel tank for the washer here. It just tied in with a fuel supply line there. Here's our pump for the pressure washer. And then the diesel tank for the heater is on the other side over there. Let me actually just walk you here. So let's see, show you there. That's where the diesel heater is, so, or where the diesel tank is. So let me walk you around here. Now, this is, like I said, our dirty water, our clean water. I'll show you all the fittings and all that in a minute. I just want to go over the big stuff really quickly. This is our hopper. Now, this is where we're going to get a lot of questions. I already know that. This is where we're going to get a lot of questions. And so this is a totally homemade hopper. I came up with this design in my own head and took it to a custom welder near us, and he helped me bring it to life. So let me set you down here. I'm going to walk up here and show you. So this is, the dimensions of this thing are, I should have looked before I started the video. I forgot. I'm pretty sure it's 70, I think it's 36 deep, 75 wide, if I'm not mistaken. I know the markings are down in here somewhere, but I've actually got dirty water in here. So I can't exactly tell you what the exact measurements are. I'm sorry about that, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 feet back, 6 feet long, maybe 5 or 6 feet long. But anyway, you just have to do your own measurements for your cans in your area and things, but we'll get to that in a minute. So we had this thing built. I calculated how much water, how much volume water takes up, how much volume 1 gallon of water takes up. So we did that. I put that math in and created this size hopper so we could hold some of our water in here and not have to transfer after every single clean. We're still in the beginning stages. I think right now I could probably clean four to six cans, pretty dirty cans, first time cleans, without having to transfer water out of here. This thing will be full. You would not be able to go very fast. You would be careful in your turns. You'd be spilling out everywhere. But we did put lips on the back and the sides here. We made it higher so it contains the splash when the can's on here. Also, we didn't put a higher lip on the front because I didn't want to lift it higher because there's no hydraulics, obviously. But if you built your own, I might just put a little higher lip up here because you already have to pick this can up really as it is. You can use this as leverage, but I'm still catching myself picking up the cans. You might put a little higher lip on here and you would be able to hold more water because you could fill your water up almost to this grate and you could go and it would slosh around. And if you put a lip this high, probably like right there, you could probably fill this thing up and drive with it without it splashing out everywhere. The only place that this splashes out when I drive right now is out the back if it's full. So that might be a way around having to transfer as frequently. But we just have 2 grates on here. These right here are just aluminum. This whole thing is made of aluminum and welded together. And we have 2 grates here. And I'll tell you, the reason that this kind of shows my inexperience. The reason I built it like this wide, was because I said, oh, we can run 2 cans on here. We can put one head here, one head here. We can run. I didn't think about the lack of pressure that you take away from your washer. You'd have to have 2 washers to run them both at the same time. But with that being said, this has played out very, very nicely having this wide, because I'll show you this really quickly. I'll show you why it plays out, and then we'll get into that in a minute. But this just slides over, just aluminum grate. Let me throw the can up here, and I'll show you why it is beneficial. Because the can sits perfect like that, and I can spray out the ends, the lips. I can spray all that out with it sitting on here, and then all I have to do, one hand, I can take it and just pop it up on the nozzle, over the nozzle just like that. And the lid, there's still enough room. Sorry, that was loud. There's still enough room for that lid to fold down. Boom, boom, boom. So it actually worked out very, very nicely. Not for the way I intended it, but I wouldn't want much less room than this. So maybe something to consider when you are building yours, if you decide to go this way. But also, you can take it and flip it up where the lid's not on the bottom like this. And once you do that, you can rest it on the back, and you can spray it out that way, and the water will all run down into your thing. So this has actually been very, very nice. We have the Belandi 060 head, 060, however you want to say it, right here. And This is a workhorse, but if you do any research on Bellandis, then you know they're expensive. This thing was about $4,000 after shipping and everything. And so our money is in our pressure washer, our heater, and our cleaning head. And so this thing, I had this thing welded for about $3,000. That's material and everything. I actually don't know if it was quite that much. I'd have to look at the receipt. Probably between $2,000 and $2,500, honestly. That's for all materials, everything included. That's these grates. That's putting these beams across here to mount the head to. There's angle iron reinforced all the way across. And then it's also set up on I-beams. So I'm going to mount this to this trailer. I haven't done it yet because I've got to put some shims in here because this dovetail. But this will be slid all the way back to the back. I'll mount this in. And then in the future, if we ever want to, I can just grab it with the forks from our machine, pick it up, transfer if we want to put on another trailer, another truck, so on and so forth. So the ratchet strap is what's holding it on here right now until I get it bolted down. But the ratchet strap's doing okay for now. So that is the hopper setup. It's pretty simple, but I'll show you right here if you want to see up on it. This is it. Now I got the can up on here, so I was going to show you. I'm actually just this can just got cleaned, so I'll show you with the water. The water just sits down in there, just like that. And let me actually pull this thing down, and we'll go over the transfer process. So sorry, it's loud. Those grates are pretty loud, but this is this side, and actually I literally only have a corkscrew. So I prematurely drilled a hole in there. I was thinking I was going to use a drain right there. Didn't end up doing it that way. So I corked that with a corkscrew, and that holds watertight seal. So if you need a watertight seal, cork it. There you go, nothing. It's been in there for like 2 weeks, and it's never spilled anything. So this is how we drain. I'll show you this really quickly. So, or how we transfer, I should say. So this thing is connected to our transfer pump. It just sits down in there. Just pull this grate off, sits down in there just like that. You can see it's very nasty. I'm not touching that. But that sits down in there. And then what we have over here is just a simple transfer pump off of Amazon. I think this thing was literally like 40 bucks. So just a little transfer pump. It is not ran by battery. It's ran by outlet. So you can just plug it into a little 110. I bought this generator off of Amazon, 150 bucks. Great little generator. It's been awesome for me, but it just sits right here, and it runs off 2-cycle. I can just crank this thing up, plug in the transfer pump, and then all my water runs from there, runs out this back, runs through here, and then up into that dirty tank right there. So I've still got to drill a permanent hole in this. It's running through the lid right now, but I've got to drill a permanent hole through there to run that hose in. But that is pretty much it for the transfer process. That is where our fitting runs in the back for the Belandi head. I'm sorry this is too in-depth. I'm trying to show all the things that I wish I would have known. This is just a simple fitting right there. I think it's called a bulkhead fitting is what the guy told me. And I just got a 90 coming out of it here onto a barb. Just got some little vinyl tubing here, 3/4 inch vinyl tubing, barbed onto here. And so that's coming up from here, runs up to there. Garden hose, 3/4 inch garden hose into the back of this bulk fitting. Threads in, put tape so it doesn't leak. Same thing here, threads into the pump. 3/4 inch to a barb here, 3/4 inch vinyl piping, clamp down, and that runs up to there. So that's all of our fittings to get the transfer there. Our 275, this is an adapter for, I don't remember the name of it, forgive me. I do not remember the name of it, but this screws on to the tank. This adapter goes onto that, slides on. Let me close it here, and I'll take it off and show you. Water's probably gonna go everywhere, but it's clean. So that just comes off right there, and all it does is slide on, and you just clamp it down. And these are off Amazon as well. You can find them there. Another fitting threaded into that, an elbow threaded in there, to a barb, to some heat resistant tube that runs to the pressure washer. I didn't do that part. I got that when I bought the pressure washer. They did that for me. So that's all of that. This is the inside of the can that I just cleaned. So you can tell the Belandi does good work. Some of this you got to wand out. The glare is makes it look a lot worse than it is. But you got to wand these edges, something I'm learning there. But this side is pretty simple. This is our dirty tank, and we have our sewage dump out over here. So just a simple Camco pipe, sewage pipe with what I did here, same fitting to there, and then I found believe it's a 2-inch threaded in here, threads in there to a barb, and then I got another fitting here on there, clamp down the Camco over that, clamp down. It's a seal, there's no pressure from this, so I'm not worried about pressure, it's just gravity fed Camco pipe. Hook it up to any travel dump, a truck stop or anything like that, RV site, and you dump right in there. This thing was full, and it dumped in about 4 minutes the other day. So I have a little toolbox over here. This is just got all my basics in it. Get these things, if you don't have them already, plastic razor blades off of Amazon. It helps get all the stuff out of the bottom of the cans, gum, things like that, but you're not cutting into the cans. So get these off Amazon. It came with a 2-pack, but it came with a bunch of replacements. This whole sleeve right here is all replacements. I'll open it up and show you how many replacements are in here. All those are replacements all the way down through there. So get those. It's worth every penny. You can replace multiple days if you have to. I have rubber gloves over here. I got some wipes. I have a flathead screwdriver. This is what I was using before I got those razor blades to get the crap off. I have another razor blade here. A bunch of microfiber towels. Always keep thread tape with you in case you do start having a leak or have to change a fitting or connection. Keep thread tape in there. Microfiber towels. Some more razor blades just in case I have to cut something or scrape something else off. And this goes with a generator. If I wanted to charge a battery, I could plug it into the 110, hook this up to the battery, and it would charge the battery. So simple toolbox. I have my nozzles for the pressure washer on here. Have some fuses on here because turns out there's a couple fuses on that pressure washer that will go bad just randomly. That happened like the third time I was using it, and it was just simple $2 fuse. So kept those on hand. This is my 50-foot hose that I've got to actually get replaced. The end blew off the other day, so that's what that looks like. But right here is what we're using for at the moment. Is we have Fabuloso in that's the purple, and we have Odoban here in the white, so in the clear. So Fabuloso is going in the can prior to us cleaning. As soon as we get there, we open the cans, put the Fabuloso in there, and then we clean the cans with the Fabuloso. When we finish, cans clean, we spray Odoban disinfectant in there. It's the fresh linen smell. It smells amazing. Also disinfects, so we put it around all the handles, all the things like that, and spray it liberally down in the can to get it smelling a lot better. Get trash grabbers. If you don't have trash grabbers, make sure you have those. I did the first 2 weeks without these, and it was gross, let me tell you. Reaching in there, even with gloves on, picking that stuff out, you don't want to. This is where I put on my towels to dry. It's temporary, but it works. You just slide them down in there, and it dries out pretty well. So here's our fitting connections for the hose. So all of this, I have a super long hose I was pressure washing here today, but this hose is ran all around the trailer right now. But it comes out of the heater here, and it's running around that way right now. But typically it would be on the trailer, and it would just run right down here. We have a jumper hose, a 15-footer, but I got to replace that one. End came off of that one as well, so I don't know what happened with those. But anyway, like a 15-foot jumper to here, and we will connect it into the Belandi head right there, and then we can also just pop it off, connect to our wand to spray. But just a simple on-off valve for the Belandi, right into the back there, and then fit it in here. And all these fittings I don't understand, if I'm being totally honest. That's why I paid to have it done. But they just got a square out and stuck the Belandi in there. So that is pretty much a full rundown. I'm on a 6x14 trailer. I just replaced this axle. I had a 3,500 pound on here. Changed it to a 5,200 pound with brakes. You want to do that. I promise you. I pulled this thing for about 3 weeks with no brakes, and literally shot the brakes on my truck. Like warped into the rotors. It was really, really rough. So let me set you up here. It was rough. So that's kind of the walkthrough. 5,200 pound axle, like I said. Brand new tires. It's got brakes on it. So this thing is really ready to rock and roll. Like I said, all in, I'm maybe 25,000 into this. I've got 3,000 in the hopper here. I've got 1,500 between the axle and the tires. I've got 2,000 in the trailer. This is an old trailer from my landscape company, so I didn't personally buy it right now, but if I'm assessing value, then this is $2,000, $2,500 for this trailer. We have $8,000 between the heater and the pressure washer. We have $4,000 in the Belandi head, a couple $100 in the tanks, a couple $100 between generator, cleaner, fittings, hoses, just extra hoses that you got to buy, the razor blades, the towels, the boots. These are just waterproof rubber boots off of Amazon. I got some waterproof pants to go over them. Just a bunch of little different things. You need hearing protection when you're listening to this thing run all day. I'm trying to think about anything else that's a super high ticket item. I don't think there is another high ticket one, but you can see that there's some value. I mean, I'm invested in this. Like I said, $20,000, $25,000 I'm invested, but it's not some $80,000, $90,000 rig that's costing me $1,500 a month. I have a private investor. I pay them back, and we're running a loan off of that, but it's a very, very low monthly payment. We're covering our costs. We're starting to generate some profit. We're going to pay that thing back as fast as we can. And then when we get debt free, then, hey, this thing's going to be a cash flowing machine. But up until then, it's just build customers, build customers, build customers, clean as many cans as possible, add on the pressure washing, the sidewalks, the driveways, things like that, the simple stuff. I'll actually show you here what you can do with this thing. I did this today. So just pressure wash this sidewalk here and the porch up there in the front of the house, the bricks. But all of this, that's still black because this tree has dropped on it for years, so need some chemical to get that off, but I'm not quite there yet. But this is just from hot water and the cleaner, and a little like $200 cleaner from Home Depot. That cleaner right there, like $200. This is what they did, and this was the driveway. This is what I did this morning. So just ran over it with what I had. That took like 10 minutes. Like, that's a $250 value, a whole driveway, that you can offer to somebody else while you're cleaning their cans. So you got to think about these things as you go. I'll throw it up here. I'll run a clean through here and just show you. I'll actually turn the transfer pump on and show you here at the end. You can click off if you don't want to watch that, but I at least want to show you how it operates and runs. And that'll probably wrap this video up as soon as we end that. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was in-depth enough. If it was too in-depth, I'm sorry. If it's not in-depth enough, let me know. What else can I tell you? What else can I show you? Because like I said, I'm looking for the stuff that I didn't know, even down to the fittings. I didn't understand that stuff. Luckily, there was a plumbing pro at Ace that helped me get the right fittings and things. So anything I can do to help, reach out and let me know. You can follow me at Growing Green Landscapes on Instagram for my landscaping side. We do some social media things there. We have a podcast, the Growing Green Podcast. That's for just entrepreneurship in general. And then we have Brighter Bins YouTube channel as well. So, and Brighter Bins _AL on Instagram. So Instagram, Facebook, all that. So hope you enjoyed it. Jeremiah Jennings is my name. Like I said, if you never heard of me, if you have, sorry, nothing new. But this is just a venture that I want to show you. I've gotten a lot of questions, a lot of inquiries about it. And I want to say here's a full video. You can go check it out. Here's the full walkthrough, everything about it. And yeah, it's pretty simple, just like that. So hope you enjoyed the video. Come back to see some more in the future. But give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. And we'll catch up with everybody here on the next one. All right, so here's the transfer process. Just slide that grate over, and we're gonna put our tubing with the end on here to keep the trash out. If I can find where it went, I think it went up under here. Yeah. So, oh no, that's just the rock. Where did our end go? There it is, it fell off. So just hook this end up here to here to keep the trash out. Came with the transfer pump. Stick it down in there. Don't get in the water. I highly suggest you be wearing gloves when you do this, because you're probably gonna get some water on you. This, I was able to get this in there without touching the water, thankfully, but it's nice and gross. So typically you do have Fabuloso in here, so that is good. You're getting some cleanser. I also keep a rock, literally just a rock like this, on the trailer to push the pump down on there so it doesn't come out, because if it gets air on it, you're in bad shape. You do not want that. So here, just walk over and flip our generator on. Crank it up and let it run like that. Switch is plugged in. Here, I'll bring you over here and let you see when it starts, so you can see for yourself. So that's sitting down in there like that. Generator's on and running. Then you just flip the switch, and it's going to start pulling. Any second now, there it goes. So there goes the dirty water. And it's pulling it straight out of there. So you can see it running through there, running up into the dirty tank. So it's a pretty simple process.